Are you a first-time home buyer in South Texas hoping you don't make any mistakes throughout the transaction? Or maybe you just want more information? Well, you're in luck because in this video, I'm going to go over 10 things you need to know as a first-time home buyer in South Texas. If we haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Lexi Esparza, the realtor that educates, and I specialize in first-time home buyers in South Texas. The first thing you should know is who is considered a first-time home buyer. You're probably thinking, Lexi, it's whoever's buying a home for the first time. However, in the state of Texas, you are considered a first-time home buyer as long as you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years. So if you've owned a home over 3 years ago, you are a first-time home buyer. This is great news because there are special first-time homebuyer grants that you may qualify for. The second thing you should know probably sounds a little obvious, but your first home by no means has to be your last. It's awesome to have goals and a dream home that you hope to buy someday, but give yourself a break. I totally understand. As a first-time homebuyer myself, I can absolutely empathize with you. But simply purchasing a home for the first time is an accomplishment in itself. Think of it this way. If you purchase a home that is within your budget now, you can always sell it at a later point and make a substantial amount of profit. Then you can turn around and use a portion of that for the down payment on your next home. Real estate is said to be a great investment because of the home's ability to appreciate in value. Unlike other big purchases, like a car for instance, our house does not start depreciating in value as soon as we sign on the dotted line. All right, on to the third thing you should know. You should not have the nicest home in the neighborhood. It may be great to have the largest home that's on trend and highly desirable. However, you will probably want to sell your home someday, and this could actually hurt that process. Remember, you can change the house, but you can't change the location. Buying an average home in a prime location will set you up for a great value when it comes time to sell. The above average homes around yours will increase your home's value. The fourth thing you should know as a first-time home buyer in South Texas is how little putting a couple thousand extra dollars towards your down payment will actually affect your monthly payment. It typically takes tens of thousands of dollars to make even a dent on your monthly payment. Don't put more money down than you need to. Save the extra cash for closing costs, furniture, or any other unexpected costs. It will help you so much more to keep that cash and put it towards other costly expenses. The fifth thing you should know when buying your first home is extremely important. Do not do anything that'll negatively affect your credit after getting pre-approved for your mortgage loan. This means purchasing a car, opening new lines of credit, charging above the recommended 30% utilization on your credit cards when you know you won't be able to pay off the statement balance. It is called a pre-approval for a very good reason. Your lender will have to run everything again before you close on a home, and you don't want your chances of getting a home to be affected. On to number 6. Before starting your home search, make a list of things you want in your home. Be reasonable with this list, keeping your budget in mind. So once you have your list separated into 2 categories, must-haves and would-be nice-to-haves. That way, when you are in search of a home for you, you go in with the state of mind that you probably won't find one that checks every box. However, it is much more likely to find a home with the items on your must-haves list. Once you've found a home, it's time to submit an offer, which brings me to the 7th thing you should know. It is important that you are keeping up with the market or work with a realtor who is. This will help you when submitting an offer. For instance, at the time of this video, we are facing a strong seller's market. With low supply and high demand, sellers are in the driver's seat. Lots of sellers are receiving multiple offers. The market is vital when submitting an offer because it will ultimately affect what kind of offer you need to submit. The 8th thing you should know is an element of the contract called earnest money. I like to explain it to my clients by comparing earnest money to an engagement ring. If your boyfriend or girlfriend proposed to you and they did not have a ring or another item of equal symbolism, would you take them seriously? Probably not. The ring makes things real in marriage proposals. This is what earnest money does. It's a symbol of your seriousness of intent to purchase the home. Now, the amount of money is up to you, and it's definitely negotiable. Typically, it is 1% of the sales price, but definitely can be different depending on your situation. Now, let's say you and the seller have reached agreeable terms, and you are under contract. It is likely that you have an option period included in the contract. This means you have that specified amount of calendar days to walk away from the contract and have your earnest money returned to you. This time is vital. The 9th thing you should know as a first-time homebuyer is what to do with your option period. While this is completely your choice, I highly encourage that you hire a licensed home inspector to take a look at the house as soon as you put it under contract. They will send you a detailed report of items that should be fixed in the home that you or your real estate agent can then send to the seller and their agent. Inspectors are licensed to test things that you and I wouldn't necessarily be able to see while walking through the home. The couple $100 you will spend hiring an inspector can potentially save you thousands of dollars in the long run. The last and final thing you should know when purchasing your first home is that it is absolutely okay to have a million questions. You are not expected to know what every term means or understand everything about a real estate transaction. Ask every question that comes to your mind, no matter how silly you may think it is. You are making one of the biggest purchases of your life, and you deserve to be fully informed throughout the process. After watching this video, I hope that you feel more informed on important aspects that you may not have already known when buying a home. You may also be interested in learning about down payment assistance and mortgage credit options in Texas. Be sure to tune into my next video to learn all about how you can save money in this home buying process. And as always, if you have any questions about the steps it takes to buy a home, be sure to watch my previous video and download my free home buyer's guide by visiting the link in the description box down below.